Hey, you guys. Hey, it's Kat here. I am so excited for those of you who are going to be joining us for the upcoming, right, AI Course Reboot Summit wrap up, which is coming up on Saturday. So if you got an email from me about the wrap up, we're going to be doing that on Saturday, especially for those of you all who could not make it to the summit on Wednesday. All right. So if you couldn't make it to the summit on Wednesday, you're like, oh my gosh, I wanted to, I couldn't, which I did hear from a lot of you all that you could not make it. We are having a wrap up session on Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so make sure that you are there. Check your email. We sent out a couple, and we'll send out something again this evening, just reminding you all about that. And we're going to do a little bit of a wrap up with the key highlights from exactly what we talked about. And one of the things that we really had a great discussion about is what is going on in the industry coming up in 2026 and what you all really need to be aware of when it comes to your courses, when it comes to rebooting your courses, resetting your courses, so that they are really in a position to do well and actually sell. Okay. We know that there are some things that have really dramatically changed in the industry. And there have been some things that have changed since COVID, since around 2020. Some major things have been in the works. And one of the things that we talked about that you all really need to be aware of is that the market is no longer accepting mediocre, courses out there that have been sitting on Teachable getting dusty. Okay. The marketplace is really moving toward more, way more premium experiences. Okay. Way more premium experiences. For those of you all who are watching this from FB. If you all are watching this from FB, you all can still watch it from FB. So don't worry about that. Okay. You can still come on in. I'm streaming from a streaming service that allows me to stream in multiple places. So you're probably seeing this not only in my group, but you're seeing this on my page. So don't get confused. Don't get confused. You're all good. Okay. So, and those of you all who are watching this on YT, welcome you guys. Welcome. Okay. So what we're really talking about is really making sure that you are prepared for what's next, right? So that you understand what you need to do as a business owner to put yourself in the position of offering your courses in a way. I'm just going to check over here for myself and make sure you guys are good. Is to make sure that you're offering not just a course. Anybody can throw together any old thing. That's not what we're doing. Okay. That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're about. What we are about is making sure that we are offering professional level programs and courses. And that's really what we were really talking about. And on Wednesday, when we had the event, I was able to show you all some great, okay, there we go. Yay. As a business owner. All right, we're good. As I was able to show you all some live demonstrations, live demos of what AI can really do. And it's really super exciting. We had a very good time, and I was able to show exactly what is going to be considered acceptable in the industry and what is considered acceptable. And they were actually able to see in real time why their courses aren't selling. Right? Why their courses aren't selling. But the other thing that I really wanted to come on and talk about today is what you should be focused on. Okay. There are two things that you can focus on when it comes to your business. Okay. You can focus on building your business, and you can focus on serving those who have invested in your business. Building your business and those who have invested in your business. So I think the challenge, and I was talking about this in my mastermind group last night, that I think that the challenge for a lot of people is that there's so much information, and AI is changing at such a rapid pace that it's easy to get caught up in the wrong thing and go down a bunch of crazy rabbit holes when it comes to artificial intelligence, right? Because quite frankly, there are a lot of really, really cool aspects of it. You can create in a way that was never possible before, in a way that is just let me get my other computer. People are able to create. Hey, you guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice to see you all. If you're coming in on YT or FB or IG or where else are we broadcasting? I think we're over on TT. My team will have to tell me. Yes, wherever it is you're coming in from, definitely feel free to say hey to you, girl. Okay, we're just having a nice Friday conversation. And I really wanted us to talk about the rabbit holes that are happening right now. All right. I'm just going to type right here so you all, it'll get the stream going. Okay. What's happening is that a lot of people are getting caught up in really just AI never land. Okay. Because they're not really focused on the things that are going to move their business forward. Okay. And so, what I was saying is that you can focus on building your business, and you can focus on serving the people who have invested in your business, okay, or who will invest in your business. And AI is a great tool to help you do both, okay? So, people will say, well, what should I be focused on? What should I be doing? Should I be using AI to create memes? Should I be creating AI influencers? Should I be using AI to post content? Should I be using AI to automate, to do workflows, to do all the things? And where exactly do I focus my time and my energy? And when you are a new business, the thing that I want you to remember is first things first. First things first. And the first thing is to bring revenue into your business. Income generating activities have got to be first and foremost, almost above everything. Okay. You've got to start bringing money into your business. And if you are bringing money into your business, you have to bring more money into your business. And then you have to bring the right kind of money into your business. And when I say the right kind, I mean the kind that is going to really unlock the freedom that you need in order to build other wealth outlets for your business without, spending so much time just building. And that's what happens to a lot of people, is that they get caught up in just building. They're just in Canva all the time. Now they're just in AI all the time, creating pictures and creating memes and creating, all these things that, while they are fun, absolutely 100%. Look, don't listen. I will not knock anybody for, wanting to really get involved with AI that way, because I'm a creative person. I'm a logical person, but I'm also a very, very creative person, and I love to create. I love bringing things to life. I am a builder. I really am. And so I get the allure, I get the interest in that. Okay? Because I too have it. I do. I love it. I love all of that. But here's the other thing. I have a business to run, right? So you have to be aware, and you have to remember that it's not just about spending all your time, laying the bricks. You got to go out there and do the things that are going to generate income into your business, okay? Income generating activities. So I recommend that you focus on the two income generating factors, that is having something to sell and having someone to sell it to. Okay, it's two things: something to sell and someone to sell it to. Those two things you have to accomplish well. Okay, so if as we think about, okay, what do we have to sell? And you say, well, Kat, I had my course to sell, but my course isn't selling, or my course, isn't doing well, whatever it is. So as you're looking at those two things, the course what you're going to offer and who you're going to offer it to, before you're too hard on yourself about, oh, my course didn't sell, I want you to look at who you're selling it to and what you're actually offering. Who you're selling it to and what you're actually offering. It's not just, so cut and dry or black and white. You have to really examine what you've been doing. Okay? Not that it's wrong. However, we do have to examine it. Okay? Now, a lot of coaches, a lot of experts, a lot of entrepreneurs, they, well, last year, I would say for the past 12 months at least, or 18 to 24 months, have been selling their courses primarily to the consumer market. Okay, that's your regular everyday mom or parent or student or professional, whoever it is. And so if you've been offering your course to only consumers, there's something that you have noticed. You've noticed something. You've picked up on something, right? Is that consumer market does like this. It ebbs, it flows. Sometimes it's a little wishy-washy. Sometimes the consumer market, spends more or less. It just kind of depends. And yet, the course building industry has done nothing but go up. It has done nothing but go up. So it begs the question, why? Where is the money coming from? If it is not all coming from the consumer market, who's making the money? And where is the money coming from? The money is, yes, it comes from consumers. However, the biggest chunk comes from selling it in professional spaces. The companies, the businesses, the schools, the nonprofits that actually have the money to spend. And they always need high level training. They always need leadership training. They always need, trauma informed leadership, or, customer service. I don't know. Digital marketing. They need it all. They need it all. And so they know they need it all. So they have line items for their, you know, for their employees, for their students, for their parents, for their veterans, for their differently abled workforce. They know that they are going to need that training. So they build in line items the year before for it. So what does that mean for you? That means that the money that will be spent next year is already allocated for your course. It's already allocated. Nobody has to think about it. Nobody has to take it to committee because the committee already met. Okay, depending on when their fiscal year starts. The committee already met, and the committee already said, yeah, we need that. Yeah, we're going to need that. And so that is how we know that the course building industry is slated to more than double by the year 2030. Did y'all hear me? I said more than double by the year 2030. Mm-hmm. And what's driving it, the drivers of all of this, is the professional marketplace. And in order to actually offer your courses professionally, you're going to have professional grade courses. Now, can you still offer professional grade courses in the consumer market? Absolutely. And you should be offering your courses at the highest level. You really should. Okay. But let's face it, consumers can be a lot less discriminating than businesses, especially when it comes to, the level of professionalism, because they're just trying to get the cheapest thing. They're trying to get the most for the cheapest thing, right? Businesses are in it for the long haul. They want the most professional, effective programs for their workforce because they know that that's how they're going to have longevity in the marketplace, right? So let's take a quick look at it, okay? All right. So where is the demand coming from? Where, how do we know where this is, where the money is, so that we know what we're going after for next year? Okay? Of the demand, 45% is for corporate learning. These businesses, need your programs. These schools need your program. The nonprofits need your programs. 45%. With everything that's going on in the marketplace right now, your program is needed more than ever. People are under a tremendous amount of stress. All of their skills are being put to the test. And your programs are absolutely needed. And not all companies have an instructional design team to put these courses together, like that. But that doesn't mean they don't need it. All right. So 45% is corporate learning. 35%, as you can see here by my little graphic here, 35% is continuing education and upskilling. What does that mean? That's the consumer market and the business market. Everybody is trying to up-level their skills. And right now, they're trying to up-level their skills in the area of AI, because that's the newest, hottest thing that is helping people to save time, save money, save energy. And who doesn't want to do that? You should be doing that. You should be using the tools that you have at your discretion to build your business and serve those who have invested in your business. You should be doing that so that you can create those income generating opportunities. Okay, so continuing education and upskilling, 35% of the demand is coming from Let's continue the education. These are people who are already educated. They already have some sort of knowledge in an area, but it's time for them to up level. Maybe, they're going from a virtual work environment to a in office work environment. And people need to understand how to navigate those spaces. Okay, the way the families, the dynamics are changing or might be changing, they too need upskilling. Okay, upskilling is not just about technical topics, it's also social skills, it's also parental skills. How do we take what we know and build a better mousetrap, right? How do we do better with what we have? How do we do better with the resources that we have at our disposal? Okay, so continuing education and upskilling is definitely one of those areas that people are where this demand is going to be coming from. Okay. And last but certainly not least, 20% of the demand is going to come from the global, international, multilingual audience. So if you have a topic that is appropriate for a global audience, not just in the United States, what is it that, through line is there between what you teach here, possibly in the United States or some other English speaking country, and the rest of the world? What can you do in order to help service the global demand that is increasing and growing every single day? So I want you to really think broader, think bigger, think more internationally about your programs. And now more than ever with social media, with artificial intelligence, it is easier than ever to actually accomplish that. Okay? It's not like it used to be back in the day. It really is not. It is so much easier with these new tools, and I know that many of you all already know that. And so you are trying to learn. You're trying to understand it. You're trying to say, "Hey, what can I do to help me grow my business and to help me present what I do have in the most professional way possible?" Okay. So let's talk about the possibilities around those professional up leveled programs. Okay. So I think that the conversation probably needs to start with what it's not. Okay. What it's not. And what it's not is a course that was just thrown together in ChatGPT. That is not what it is. That is not the deal. That is not what you want to do. Number one, the jig is up. Like, these companies, schools, nonprofits, professional people, everybody knows or can kind of recognize when a course just came from ChatGPT and it really doesn't have the level of expertise. It's just kind of generic and dry, and nobody wants that. Just think about it. Would you want that? You wouldn't want that. No. Right? So we want, and the marketplace, this global marketplace, this corporate marketplace, this continuing education marketplace, they are looking for an up leveled experience for the people who are going to be taking your programs. They want it to be engaging. They want it to be authentic. They want it to be fun. They want their people to actually want to take the courses, right? So you want a course that you wouldn't mind taking. I cannot even tell you how many people create courses that they themselves wouldn't want to take. Now, you don't have to raise your hand. You do not have to raise your hand, I promise you. But I cannot tell you how many people I talk to. They don't know where their course is. They want me to look at it, but They don't know where it is. They don't know what it's called. They can't remember because they're just not as attached to it as you would think. And a lot of people are not attached to their course because they're just not proud of it, to be honest with you. They're not invested in it because they threw it in ChatGPT and had ChatGPT spit out something in under a minute. And then they wonder why they don't feel attached to their program. They can't talk about it. They can't tell you what the real purpose is. They can't tell you the learning objectives for the course. They can't tell you why someone should really take their course over another course, because guess what? Now it looks like everybody else's course because, it was just thrown in ChatGPT. So what do you expect? It's going to look, let me put in my charger. It's going to look and sound like everybody else's program. So what do you expect? Right? And so when people, send in their courses for us to audit, and I can almost immediately tell when it was a course that they're not even connected to. They don't feel it. They're not engaged even in their own topic. I know I'm talking to somebody. I know you don't, but listen, you don't have to raise your hand, but I want you to raise your standards. You understand? You don't have to raise your hand, but I want you to commit to raising your standard, to say, you know what? Next year, I know that I want to dust off this course. I want to dust it off. I want to reignite it. I want to reboot it. But I know it's not what it needs to be. I already know that. It's not what it needs to be. It's just something I put together real fast. Or you started putting it together yourself, and then you said, hey, I'm going to let ChatGPT help me with this. And I mean, I can always tell the ones that people try to blend the two together. It's just a mess. And then it starts looking like a Frankenstein course because they didn't put this together, put another AI tool on top of it. They've used Claude and they've used ChatGPT and they've used all these other things. And now they want me to look at it and say, hey, Kat, what do you think? I think, we know what I think. So what we want to do is remember what I said. Remember that I said you need two things to generate income. You need something to sell and someone to sell it to. Something to sell and someone to sell it to. But remember I said that we want to look at who are you actually selling it to and what are you actually offering? What are you offering? If you offer something that is of low quality and low value, then you can expect to price it at a low value, like a $20, maybe under $100 program. Okay, that's fine. If that's what you want. If that's what you want. However, when you say, Kat, I want to make mortgage money, not lunch money. I'm tired of making lunch money. A course here, a course there. Maybe I sold one last month. Maybe I'll sell one next week. I don't know. One here, one there type of scenario. If that's what you want, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. But I am talking to people who are ready to take their programs to the next level because they know that it's valuable. They know that the content and the context of the information is of value. So, as we look at what is of value, what makes a program valuable? What makes a program something that people will actually want to purchase and invest in? Well, they are looking for engagement. They are looking for interaction. Okay. They are looking for courses that feel like the real world that their employees are going to experience. They want a course that feels like what people and what they are going to or what they're going to experience, okay, in their workplace, on their jobs, in their homes, if it's a parental type program. And AI, artificial intelligence, is one of those things that can start, you on the way to being able to do that. Artificial intelligence can do that in a way that used to take tons of time and tons of money to do. And I know because I'm a real instructional designer. I've been doing this for over 20 plus years. So I can tell you right off the bat that it used to cost a ton of production time and money to do what AI can now do. And that's what we talked about at the summit on Wednesday. And that's what we're going to be talking about on Saturday. Okay. On Saturday, you all can come in. In fact, I'll give you all the link to that. It's completely free. There's no sign up. You don't have to sign up and all of that. We're doing a recap on what we learned and the demos that I showed, because now more than ever, you can use artificial intelligence to create the kind of program that is valuable, that has that engagement, that has that interaction, that has that wow factor. So that when you are talking to organizations, when you are talking to people, businesses, schools, nonprofits, organizations about your program, you can say, listen, this is not what I like to call the first 48, okay, which is 8 modules and 6 lessons, which is what most people are doing right now. They got 8 modules and 6 lessons and calling that a course. I guess it could be, okay, but is it a course that anybody wants to take? Is it a course that anybody really, wants to come to, right? So let me give you all that link. On Saturday at noon, it's completely free. Like I said, you don't have to sign up. I'm going to give you all my personal Zoom link. I just put it right there. It's on the screen. That is my Zoom link. You all can come in at 12 noon. You don't have to register. You don't have to pay. It really is just an opportunity to go deeper into what you specifically have to do in order to elevate your program, elevate your course. Now, listen, far be it from me to criticize anybody who wants to just, sell a course here, sell a course there, 20 bucks there, 30 bucks there. Go for it. Okay. I'd rather you do something than nothing. I'd rather you do something than nothing. However, I want to have a conversation with those of you all who say, you know what, Kat, I'm tired of this. I want to feel proud of my course. I want to believe in my own program, right? I want to be believable. I want to be authentic. I want to be able to talk about my program in a way that honors my 10, 20, 30 years of experience. How is it that, you can have all of this experience, but then when you put your course out there, you're not proud of it. You don't want to talk about it. You don't really want to share it. And a lot of people don't even know how to talk about their programs. It is amazing. It's really kind of amazing. And I don't want that for you all. I'm going to put it down here in the chat. I know I put it on the screen, but I just dropped it here in the chat as well. Those of you all who are on my email list, you all probably already got the email for this. Another email will go out, I think, this afternoon, and then another one will go out this evening. so that you all can come on Saturday. That's tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about what you need to do to uplevel your programs. You can ask your questions. We're going to be in meeting style, so that means that I can see you and you can see me, and so we can just have a real discussion about what you need to do to uplevel your course and your program. Okay. Those of you all who are going to be joining us for the AI Brilliance Business Accelerator, we get started with that next week. All right, there are only 2 more days to get into the accelerator. There are only 2 more days to get in. And after that, the doors are going to be closed. Okay, the doors are going to be closed to the accelerator after Sunday. Okay, so what is the AI course accelerator? That program is where I am showing you how to leverage the power of AI for building premium level courses. We are not building and creating things for any other purpose. We're not doing cute movies just to do them. Cute memes, AI influencer videos, and all of that. Listen, all that stuff is cute, cute, cute. I love it. Okay, I love it. But for those who say, Kat, what I really need is to build my business. Okay. What I really need is to have a course that I can be proud of, that I know how to actually offer it to businesses, to schools, to nonprofits. And when I do, it is, it's something that I know is at a premium level, something that I know that they're going to be impressed by, and they're not going to be distracted by the fact that I put something out there in front of them that is not ready for prime time. Okay, that is not what we're doing. That is not what we want. That's not what's going on. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you all. For those of you all who are interested in coming into the program, hopefully you can see my screen. All right. So we're talking about using AI to power your course and your course business, and how we actually do that. Okay, so I'm going to look over here on my phone. Hopefully I was able to share my screen properly so that you all can actually see this landing page up here on the screen. Okay, did I do it right? Did I do it right? Did I do it right? I hope I did. I hope I did. Hang on, let me see here. Oh, I did. Yay, look at me. Look at me being all techie and stuff. Okay, so if you see my screen and you're wondering, and you've been getting emails, and you've been seeing me and others talking about how to polish your course so that you can have an AI powered course, so that you're using AI to build professional, polished programs. That is what this program is all about. Okay, we get started next week. Doors close on Sunday. Doors close Sunday. Sunday. Somebody say Sunday. Okay, doors close Sunday. All right, because we are getting started next week. No time to waste. It is a 12-week implementation experience where you're going to be working with me to build the kind of courses that can also be trusted by some of the top businesses and brands. We've been fortunate enough to be able to work with some of the most amazing and recognizable brands in the world, and I want you to have that level of course, of program. And so that's what we're going to be working on over the next 12 weeks. Okay. And so if your course is sitting on your laptop or sitting on your G Drive, then it's time to dust it off, and let's make sure that it's premium. Okay. So the program breaks down into 3 main categories. One is premium course creation. Okay. So we're going to be walking through how to build those AI avatars for courses, not for social media and things like that. Okay. How to build AI so that it can actually teach your courses for you. Okay. Teach your courses for you so you can be sitting on the beach, sipping on something fruity. We're going to build those kind of avatars out together. Okay. We're going to do that. Explainer videos that you can use in order to help you sell your courses. All right. Those are explainer videos. Okay. So you're going to get training on how to create this premium level training, premium level courses, interactive scenarios. How do I do that? How do those of you all who are teaching any kind of soft skill like leadership or customer service or dealing with people, parenting or students or whatever it is, any topic having to do with people, you want to be able to have interactive scenarios, branching scenarios within your course. How do we do that? You're going to learn how to do that. You're going to learn that from real instructional designers. I am a real instructional designer as well as the IDs who are on my team. We don't play them on TV. All right. So we know if what you're doing is going to create a premium experience, and you're going to actually be able to see it. Okay. I'll be showing you real examples. We'll be walking through it. You're going to get guided training on how to do it, and you can replay it, rewind it as many times as you want to. Okay. Templates. You're going to get the templates so that you can have a polished presentation so that has an enterprise feel to it. Okay. Wouldn't that be exciting? Don't we want like our courses to be accepted globally? Well, there are standards for courses, and I'm going to be showing you those, walking you through, and we're going to be building that together over 12 weeks. Okay. I want you all ready for next year. I want you all ready for 2026. Okay. Next, we're going to really be focusing on those B2B course sales and licensing. You're going to get sample pitch decks. You're going to, be able to understand how to position and target your course, prospecting tools, how to use AI to help you in that process so that it can be quicker and easier. So you're not just like reaching out to one person at a time. I mean, that's exhausting. So we're going to use the tools that we have, especially AI, to help you to actually do that. And for those of you all who want to go to a consultancy and an agency, right? If you are ready to say, hey, I'm ready to take my course to the next level where I'm actually creating programs for my clients, I'm creating those programs, right? Then I'm going to show you how to set up your back end system, how to set up your consultancy, the different models that you can use so you can choose which model works best, pricing, all the things. Okay. So that's what we're going to be working on. If you want to just really focus on creating that premium course, hey, let's just focus on that. If you want to focus on how do I sell it, we're going to focus on that. If you want to focus on building your consultancy and your agency, like I have an agency, those of you all who know KTCB, you know that this is, I've had my agency now for over 10 plus years. And so I know how to do this very, very well. And so I'm working with some of you all right now to build your consultancy and your agency. And so we're going to be working on that as well so that you can expand your business offerings. Okay. So we're going to transform your course into a real business asset. Can you still sell it to consumers? Absolutely. Okay. But I would rather you have a course or a program that you can offer to anybody, whether they be consumer, a business, a school, a nonprofit. I'd rather you have a course that you can sell to anybody than a course that you can only maybe sell to consumers. Okay. I want you to really expand that. Okay. So who is this for, right? This is for course creators, people who have already started building out their courses and they're ready to up level. If you're ready to now offer your courses not only to consumers, but also to businesses, schools, and nonprofits on the B2B side. This is definitely for you. Educators, education consultants, those of you all who are doing that. If you are an educational consultant, this is definitely for you, because this is going to help you to expand your offerings where you're not just consulting, but you also have a product that you can sell to a school system. All right. Licensing is one of those things that you're going to learn in this program, how to license your program to a school, a business, a nonprofit. Okay, because when you license your course, they typically take your course for a year. Okay, they typically license it for a year or more, and they typically pay you up front. So yeah, if you are an educator, if you are in ed tech, or you are an education consultant, this is definitely for you. Consultants and coaches, those who are ready to offer not a package deal where it's not just your course, but it's also your consultancy, and you're turning it into an agency model. This is definitely for you, consultants and coaches. If you want to learn how to use AI in order to create that space in your business where you're not doing everything in your business, as it relates to your course business, I'm going to show you how to use AI, leverage AI to take a lot of those tasks off of your plate. Okay. So it is a 12-week journey. And what you see here is really what we're going to be. This is where the focus is going to be, but it doesn't mean that that's all we're going to be talking about. Okay. If you all know me, you know that you're going to get a whole lot more than that. But this is our focus for the next 12 weeks. Okay. Those who, well, some of these bonuses don't apply now because they've gone away already. But you still have time to get the AI course template vault. You still have time to get into the community with us. We have a private community that our students will be onboarded into. Okay. And hey, Kim, hey, honey. And these are just a few of the people who have been in our program. We've literally helped hundreds of people around the globe to level up their courses, their businesses over the years. Okay. And so there's the 2-pay option, right? You can pay a one-time payment of $9.97, and there are Klarna and Afterpay options available for you. Okay. There is a Klarna and Afterpay option for you if that's something that you would like to do. I don't know if you all can still see my screen or not, but I just clicked on that $9.97. So if you wanted to use Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, if you wanted to do something like that, you absolutely can use that for this. You don't have to. That way you can get the best payment option. Okay, that way you can get the best payment option. Or if you don't have Afterpay, Klarna, or Affirm, you can actually apply for it. But if you don't want to do that, then you can just make 2 payments of $550. That option will be available to you through Sunday. Sunday, somebody say Sunday. Okay, Sunday, it all goes away. You got until Sunday to get into this program because we get started next week. We get started next week. Okay. So what are we doing? We are building course assets that are going to turn your course into one that people actually want. Okay. All right. One that people actually want. So some of the questions. All right. So let's go over some of the questions, frequently asked questions that people have about this program and what they get and what we're going to be doing. So this question is, will this course help me if I already have a course? Absolutely, 100%. It doesn't matter if you have a course. If you don't have a course, it doesn't matter. This is going to help you. Okay. I almost prefer that you don't have a course, because then we can just, build it from scratch. But if you already have a course, that's perfectly fine. The purpose of this program is to take your idea, your course that you already have. We don't have to start from scratch. And we're going to create assets that we're going to add to your program that are going to make it premium. Okay. So it doesn't matter if you have a course, if you don't have a course, it doesn't matter. It's okay. Do I have to be tech savvy in order to join? No, you do not. Okay. You are going to get some step-by-step walkthrough tutorials on how to actually use the AI tools that I want you to focus on. We're not going to be focused on all different kind of tools up under the sun. We're not doing that, because ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. We're not going down rabbit holes. Okay. We're only focused on the course, the AI tools for building premium courses and selling premium courses. Those are the ones I'm going to introduce you to. I'm not going to overload you and overwhelm you with everything under the sun to make cartoons and action figures and all kind of cutesy stuff. We can save that for when you got your money and you're making money in your business. You can do as much of that as you want to. This right here is for income generating activities. This is not about the next new side hustle. It is not. This is not that. This is not, you can use AI to do A, B, C, D, E. No, we're not doing all of that. Okay. This is specifically for those who want to use it to turn their courses into a premium level asset. Okay. All right. So with that, no, you do not have to be tech savvy. Will you have to be patient with yourself and walk through it? Yes, you will. Okay. This is not done for you. So you will have to do it, but you will get guidance on how to do it so you can step through it. Okay. All right. So next question on the frequently asked questions are AI tools included in the program? No. No. Okay. So do you have to have paid subscriptions to be a part of this program? No, you do not. But we recommend it if you want to follow along with what we are doing. If you want to be able to follow along with what we're doing, then if we're using the paid product, which we are, then you might want to use the paid product. If you don't want to do that and you only have the free ChatGPT and you only want to use the free ChatGPT, that's fine. That is completely fine. You can watch along, you can follow along, and there's a lot you'll be able to do with the free version, but that doesn't mean you're going to be able to do everything. Okay. So what you need to know is that it is not included in the price of the program. Okay. It's not included in the price of the program. So if you want subscriptions, paid subscriptions, you'll have to get those on your own. Okay. Will replays be available? Yes, replays will absolutely be available. All of the sessions will be recorded, so you'll be able to get those in your portal. So don't even worry about that. You'll be able to go back and look at it as much as you want. How long will I have access to the program? You will have access to the program and all of the trainings inside of the community for 1 year. And I made it 1 year because I know that you're going to need time to work through some things. Okay. And that is perfectly okay. All right. The program itself is 12 weeks, but you will have access to the resources and the community and all of those things for a year. Okay. So when does the program start? Okay, we're going to get started in exactly 1 week. Okay, well, a little less than a week. All right, so our first kickoff session is next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if you want to get into the program, you have until Sunday to get in. Okay, after such time, the program is closed. Okay, it is absolutely closed at that point. All right. I would love to have you in there, but we do have to close it at some point. We will be closing it on Sunday. Okay. Is there a refund policy? Is there a refund policy? All sales are final. This program includes instant access to proprietary materials, live instruction. We cannot offer refunds or cancellations. So, all right. So if you're serious, you are ready to be about it, let's get it. Okay. All right. Let me see. Did I have another question on there? Do I get personalized feedback? You do get personalized feedback. You are going to get feedback. You are going to be able to do hot seats. So the way we do it is that way everybody gets a chance to ask their questions. There's going to be hot seats every single week where you're going to get a chance to show your work, show what you're working on. If you're having any challenges with anything, you'll be able to do that in the hot seat. Okay. So that's going to be really good. So there will be live sessions as well as, let me see, am I sharing my screen right again? I don't know if I am. I hope I am. There are going to be live sessions as well as pre-recorded sessions. Okay. Live sessions as well as pre-recorded sessions. Okay. Let me stop sharing my screen. How do I stop sharing? Yeah, because I don't think I'm sharing the right screen anymore. Okay. All right. Now I can share my screen correctly. Okay. I think I'm doing it right now. Okay. Awesome. All right. So I just went through the frequently asked questions, and I'm going to drop the link down in the chat. Okay. Okay. And I teach the live sessions along with my team, but I teach most of the sessions. Okay. I teach most of the sessions, the live sessions. All right. And so this is what we're doing over the next 12 weeks to prepare us for Q1 of 2026. Okay. Q1 of 2026, you all need to be hitting the ground running. Okay. Oh, I hear y'all talking. Hitting the ground running. We need to be ready to run for 2026. Okay. We're not playing around. We're not, going to be looking around, at the end of the year or come January saying, what am I supposed to be doing? No, we should know what it is that we're doing. So hang on, let me go back up and let's see if I can't get this where it needs to be. Now that you all know what we're doing, those of you all who are already in the program, congratulations. Let's see here. Let me stop sharing here. Okay. Congratulations to those of you all who have already gotten into the Brilliance Accelerator. I'm super excited to be working with you all on that. We are going to have an amazing time. We're going to have a lot of fun, and you're going to learn a lot. You will always know how to put together a premium level program. You will always be equipped to, if to know, hey, how should I put this together? Because it won't be your last course. It may be your first one, but it won't be your last one. It won't be your last. Okay. And so you're going to learn valuable skills on how to position your course for high level sales. And you might be saying to yourself, well, Kat, am I really ready for that? Am I ready to position myself for offering my course where I'm getting 4 figures, 5 figures for my program, where I'm able to license my course, where I'm able to sell my course in bulk, where people are going to be buying licenses for their entire staff, for all of their admins, for all of their leaders, for all of their parents, for all of their veterans, for all of their consultants, for all of their doctors, for all of their lawyers, for all. I want you all to understand that we're going from selling one course at a time, one here, one there, to selling to groups of people. Okay, can y'all get with that? Can anybody get with that? Y'all let me know in the comments if that's where you're going, where you say, listen, I want to sell to the entire school or school system. I want to sell to businesses. I want to sell to nonprofits. I want to sell to programs. I want to sell to professional development organizations. That's what I'm talking about. What you talking about? Are y'all talking about the same thing I'm talking about? We on the same airplane? Well, listen, even if we're not on the same airplane, if you're watching this, that means you already on the plane, baby. That means you got to get to this final destination anyway. That means you coming with us anyway. That means you're going there too. See yourself the way you were meant to be seen, as a professional. Don't let a job or your current circumstances talk you out of what is meant for you. A lot of times we're on these jobs and things like that, and they like to assign value to you and others. And then who knows what? Next thing you know, they're downsizing, reduction in force, layoffs, all the things. And you spent 10, 20, 30 years basing your value around their work. And all of a sudden, that is called into question. Give yourself the opportunity to see yourself and value yourself in a way that is respectful of what you have to offer. Bring your brilliance to light. Don't shy away from the up level. Separate yourself from the pack. That's what it's really about in 2026. Separating yourself from the noise. Standing out and standing up and standing outside of the rat race and everybody else that's just doing the regular schmegular, that's just doing the generic, that's just throwing something in Chat GPT because some so-called guru told you that's what you should do to save time. Yeah, but what they didn't tell you is that you weren't going to be able to sell it. That's what they didn't tell you. They didn't tell you that it was going to be just a generic piece of organized content that anybody can do, and that the marketplace has already caught on to that. That's what they didn't tell you. But I'm going to tell you, it's time to up level. And it's never been easier. It's never been smarter because of AI. And I'm going to show you how to do it. I've been doing it for a long time. So I'm super excited for those of you all who are going to be joining us in the program. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. And I promise, no rabbit holes. Not a one. Okay. So you guys, listen, I want you to have an amazing weekend. I want to see y'all tomorrow, noon Eastern Standard Time in my room. I'm going to put the link up here again. All right. That is my Zoom room right down there. All right. Go ahead, take a screenshot or whatever you want to do. I want to see you in my Zoom room. Let's have a conversation. You're going to see me. I'm going to see you. We're going to be in a meeting room. And hey, we're going to chit chat about what's next for you. Okay. We're going to chit chat about what's next. All right. All right, you guys, have an amazing rest of your day. I will see you all tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time over in the Zoom room. Bring your coffee, bring your lunch, whatever you want to bring, and let's talk about it. It's time to strategize. It's time to go to the next level. It's time to dust off that course, dust off that program, dust off your shoulders, hold your head high. I don't care what didn't sell. I don't care what didn't do right. Now we're rebooting. We are resetting. This is the reset. And this reset sets you up for success. It sets you up for what's next. I was telling the summit participants the other day that the end of 2025 is the setup. It's the setup. It's the setup for 2026. Spend the rest of 2025 setting yourself up for what's next. Setting yourself up for success. Okay? All right, you guys. I'm Kat, the Course Builder. For those of you all who are new to me, I've been doing this for a very long time. Over 20 plus years. I'm a real instructional designer with a real master's degree in instructional design and teaching with technology, as well as an MBA. My agency has built courses for some of the most recognizable brands in the world, including Walmart, Uber Eats, Verizon, Ocean Spray, the federal government, countless schools, and nonprofits. So we know what premium professional programs look like. And we're going to help you get there so that you can offer your courses at a premium level as well. Okay? All right, you guys, be safe. I love you. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. And until then,